What is up, YouTube? My name is Enzo, and you're watching Enzoko, and today I want to take the time to say thank you. This is a long overdue show of gratitude for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers back in February of this year. And I'm worried you can hear the grumbling of the sky because it might rain in a bit. But anyway, um, I've been a little occupied and a little busy over the last, I want to say, 6 months with college stuff and whatnot to get around to doing this. But honestly, I should have done this the moment that I reached 1,000. So now that I have some free time, I would like to make a few promises. I would like to say a few words of thanks. And then maybe I can set out a plan for like what's to come. So, firstly, let's start off with a thank you. So, I reached 1,000 subscribers back in February this year, and I didn't think that that was something that I would ever achieve because this channel, as some of you may know, if not most of you, was started as a just for fun thing back in 2019 or 18 as a supplement to my now defunct Pokemon card YouTube channel a long time ago, right? And I was like, oh, I'm getting into music or I'm getting into other hobbies. So I decided, why not make a second channel, right? And as I grew older, I eventually started drifting apart from the Pokemon hobby. I mean, I still have some knowledge, but it's like I barely touch it nowadays. And I saw myself gravitating more towards music as a result of, not only my classmates at the time, but just my general personality and things I like to do. I like to sing, right? So it was natural that I picked up the guitar and I got into that. And here I am. I started out playing with my friends. I never recorded those, sadly, but that's what I did. I did that. I learned a few songs. I made a tutorial slash cover that blew up in, I guess, in small YouTuber scale to a significant amount of views. And that was like, I think, my fifth video on this second channel. So because I saw that being successful, I was like, hey, this Pokemon stuff, I think I'm gonna slowly drift away and I'm gonna start positioning myself towards music because I ended up loving that a lot, right? And that's great. So I refocused all of my creative ability onto that, and I found myself doing music a lot more. And that was 2019. Little did we know, pandemic would strike in 2020, and I found myself with so much free time. I made a bunch of videos. I made a bunch of songs, made a bunch of covers, made a bunch of tutorials, made a bunch of dumb stuff. I grew out my hair, even. Some of you might remember that. That looked really ridiculous. I remember a joke being told a lot to me. They called me Ben and Ben. They called me Enzo and Enzo because there was a Filipino band called Ben and Ben. They had long hair. So the joke was, since I was into music, and my name was Enzo, and their name was Ben, and they played guitar. It's like, oh, Ben and Ben, Enzo and Enzo, or Ben and Benzo and Benzo. You get the joke. So I found that funny, and that was like last year or 2021, I think, that I cut my hair and I went back to this like mid part thing. I looked like a Korean K-pop guy, kind of, maybe. That's up for debate. But all that to say, I've gone through a lot of stuff with this channel, and I'm glad to say that even though this started out as a just for fun thing, I got pretty far, surprisingly. I mean, 4 years to get 1,000 subscribers, to some people might seem like an insignificant thing, but to me, that's such a big deal because that means like, well, at least on paper, it means that 1,000 people have decided to look at my content, have decided that they enjoy it, and have decided, hey, I think I want to see more from this guy, and I'm really thankful for that, and it makes me feel special, in ways that the pandemic kind of took away from me. So I'm glad to be part of that. However, as many of you have noticed also, the release schedule, if any, has taken a large dip over the last few years because the pandemic has been softening up. I've been seeing myself out in the real world again, and it's like I don't know how to get back into making content, and it's a little bit of an issue. Not just that, but I'm also finding myself engaging in other hobbies as well, which is weird because I remember that happened to the Pokemon channel, like I mentioned earlier, and I moved into guitars. Problem is, this new hobby I'm getting into is a lot more niche, probably, and it's less expressive in a sense. Uh, it's horology. It's watches, like the time tellers. Yes, the thing on your wrist. I'm not wearing right now. I got into it because of my dad, uh, and I see it as a way of bonding with him, and that's great. Uh, so in order to address that, I don't think I don't think I'm gonna change the content of this channel entirely. I'm still gonna keep the music part. However, I would like to experiment with different types of, general stuff, right? So it's like how this channel, even though it's called the Guitar Noob Music Channel, I don't even have an official name for it, but I specialize in that kind of content, right? Making songs, covering songs, and doing stuff to my guitar slash s, yeah, guitars, right? So I think it's natural to do stuff that isn't necessarily just music based. So I might attempt to make watch reviews in the near future, and we'll see how that goes. If it sucks, then it sucks. But it'll be my way of expressing my passions, and I think in the long run, I'll still be happy with that. Because I'm not doing this for money. Like I said, it's just for fun. I don't profit from this. It would be dope as hell if I profited from this, but I don't. So this is really just a pastime, and that's great. So my promise is, I'm gonna try exploring new forms of content. Maybe I might even consider exploring a day in the life of Enzoko. Maybe not. We'll see. Um, but I do assure you that I am writing a lot of songs in the background, even though I'm not covering as many songs as I used to. I really regret that, but I should. Um, so we got more songs incoming. And I have a few collaborations with some people that are, I guess, off screen, and we're making a lot of cool stuff together. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to release those, and I'm not sure if there are things that I can release on my own, right? Because they're collaborations. It's not me who's in full control of these things. But I'm excited to see where that creative path leads, and I want to see how I grow as a musician. Wow, a musician, and as a person through these experiences. Um, so that's my resolution. I would like to make more content. Um, I want to make more songs. I want to cover more songs. I want to talk about guitars more. I want to talk about watches more, and any other hobby that might interest me. So I'm not sure how I'm going to describe myself moving forward, but I think in a few words, I'm an enthusiast of the unnecessary. But is it really necessary when you get to express yourself? Yes, that makes no sense. I'm worried you can hear the rumbling of the sky because it might rain a bit. So my lighting situation is getting a bit darker, but doesn't matter. So I think that's it. Once again, guys, I'm so thankful for the assistance in reaching 1,000. It's not like it was a goal, but like it's so heartwarming to see that this many people are enthused by me and enjoy what I do, in as much as I do it. So um, I look forward to making more stuff that hopefully you guys find enjoyable and that I can enjoy, and that I can make meaningful connections and make meaningful work and make meaningful art, and just find myself just having a great time. And I hope you do too. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for this video. Once again, I'm so thankful to each and every one of you, and I hope to make you happy and entertained in the near future. I guess that's it. Enzoko out. Peace!